All right, we are now live. I just had to set that up real quick. Okay. All right, welcome guys. Welcome. Wow, what a absolute crazy day for Bitcoin. Um, I mean, honestly, I'm not too shocked. You guys already know. Like, I guess I'm a little bit more shocked in terms of how fast we got to the $25,000 level. I mean, we literally talked about it like around 23K a few hours ago, right? Like this morning I mentioned like, okay, we're going to be retesting even on Ethereum. Like we mentioned the fact that, hey, like look at Ethereum, right? I made the video right around 1612 and I was like, yeah, this range is going to be tested. And since then we've just seen such a massive run up opportunity on Ethereum without any sort of pullback, right? So that's extremely dangerous. And honestly, I was hoping for the fact that on the daily, we would start seeing that pullback opportunity before we actually go for the live stream. But like, it just didn't happen, right? Like, we just didn't see that pullback opportunity. Since then, we've just been pretty much in a massive short squeeze. So we can talk about what exactly happened on Bitcoin as well. Like, I mean, this wasn't really a surprise, knowing that this midterm support level obviously held. We had a massive bar formation, which played out really well for us, right? We made a ton of profits on this move to the downside. But then when you enter like these midterm support levels, like when they start acting like a support pretty much where there's no support area, that becomes extremely dangerous, right? That's basically an accumulation stage. And you can see then we pretty much just started using our exponential moving averages as support and just saw a beautiful rally. So in terms of today's live session, I mean, man, like I'm not gonna lie to you guys. I really don't want to be looking for that shorting position until we hit the 25.2. It's just dangerous to be looking for a shorting position at this range because, well, it's dangerous to be entering at this range regardless. Because number one, from the bearish perspective, we are so overbought. And then number two, the problem is the fact that this resistance is going to be acting as a magnet, right? So we want to be very careful here regardless of which way we go. So what I'm going to be looking for is to see whether or not we can either see a pullback on the lower time frames and then enter. But I think Ethereum is going to be ready for that 1787 level as well. It's definitely ready. So the way these work, of course, is you guys can just post your chats inside, or sorry, your charts inside the chat box, and I'll analyze them as we kind of look for a trading opportunity. So starting off, good morning, good evening. So Hbar, yeah, let's talk about Hbar right away. I know, I mean, I was gonna make a video about it tonight, but I'll quickly just go over it right now, and then we can kind of go from there. So Hbar is one of those coins that, as of right now, we just saw a breakout opportunity, like from this resistance from yesterday. I talked about this resistance level quite a bit, and as of right now, it looks like Hbar is possibly going to be retesting this level as support and then a stronger continuation. But the area of taking profit still remains around 0.097. The only issue is I don't want to see a double top formation here, right? And then grab that liquidity and then continue pushing to the downside. I want to be very certain that we actually see a nice breakout, use that level as support, and then a stronger continuation. That's ideally what we're looking for on Hbar, but any clean break below this level here at 0.073, and it's not going to look too good for the bullish case scenario. You guys already know, I've mentioned this so many times, like Hbar is one of those coins that's on in like such a massive rally. Like we talked about it at 0.03. That's pretty much when I started making the videos. And since then, we've been on an amazing uptrend. But the problem is, if you look on the daily, right? The daily is the issue right now for me. The fact that although we are still using the exponential moving averages as support, we're not really seeing that pullback that we want to see before that continuation. I don't personally like entering at these levels. Some people may. I personally don't. It's just too dangerous, right, guys? Like I don't. I'm an aggressive trader. You guys have seen I am very aggressive. But when it comes down to trading after these massive volatility moves, like that's very risky, right? So and you guys will notice even today, I'm not going to use high leverage. We're going to use low leverage. Regardless of how people see it, I'm going to be very careful. And like I really don't suggest shorting anything until we hit this 25.2. Like I would almost every time we see a pullback, I would be looking for a scalping opportunity. But again, this is the play, right? So the play right now is we broke above resistance, and I wish I started the live session a few hours ago, but I made a time up. I was going to stick to it regardless. But what I want to see is a pullback. I want to see a pullback down to the exponential moving averages. The question becomes, are we going to hit our resistance at 25.2 first? Or are we going to hit our support line here? That's the gamble, right? So you can look at the lower time frames. Like, honestly, even on the 30-minute, like, it looks like we're going to be... I personally don't want to enter this range at all, because this is literally 50-50 gamble, right? We don't like entering 50-50 gambles. We want to look for proper clean entries, but there's a lot of time for us in this live session, so I'm not really worried about it. We can look for other stuff while we analyze other things. But yeah, welcome guys. Awesome people are joining. We're going pretty well here. So yeah, again guys, for those of you that just joined, put your charts that you want me to analyze. Some of you guys mentioned on YouTube, like, can you analyze this? Can you analyze that? This is the time. If you want me to analyze something for you guys, put in the chat, and I'll go through every coin and just kind of give you my levels that what I'm looking for. Hey, what's up? So we can talk about Graph too. I talked about this coin quite a bit way back then. But Graph is one of those coins of, obviously, with the AI meta, everything has been pumping, but we saw a nice bottom here at 0.05. And since then, we've just been on a massive run-up opportunity. We saw a nice pullback. You know, this looked like a local top at 23 cents. But with Bitcoin rallying as well right now, this was a beautiful rally towards the upside with this W formation. I need you guys to, like, really... Like, if there's one thing you're going to get out of this live session, it should be this W formation. These W formations on the 4-hour time frames are so easy to trade. You see a move to the downside, pull back, you enter, and at the low of these wicks, like, look at this, guys. I can pull out my horizontal rate and look at the wick. Like, it was to the exact tick, right? We saw that wick opportunity, and then we saw a breakout. So these W formations are so easy to trade, and that's ideally what I'm looking for. So right now on Bitcoin, we're seeing a pullback. I mean, let's see. Yeah, we're seeing a small pullback. It's not too much. It's just so risky. I don't know. I would not be looking for that short right now. But I mean, at this extreme range, like, if we zoom out on Bitcoin's chart, you know what we can do? When you're looking for these sort of entries, you can look at it from the daily perspective, and you can see that even on the daily wicks, like, let's just talk about wicks for a second, right? You guys know I love trading off wicks, and this wick opportunity, we're not at the level of shorting. We're at 20, so 24.9, 25 if you're feeling it. That's the ideal range to start looking for a short on Bitcoin. Entering a short at 24.6 down here, it's very risky. We saw only one wick opportunity to that area. So yeah, technically speaking, you can. But I personally won't. Like, I would much rather be entering at 25. But I think a lot of shorts are going to be trapped here because they're thinking that Bitcoin is done, right? We're done with this massive. There's no way Bitcoin's going to continue. And that's what you have to be worried about. A lot of traders right here probably thought the same exact thing and got wrecked, right? So that's why I would personally suggest waiting on the shorts and maybe at 25.2 start laddering them in. But you have to keep in mind that if 25.2 is broken, there isn't much till 28. There really isn't. And that's what's dangerous. So zooming out of the chart, you guys can see this yourself. Look at the 20. I'll just draw this for now. Look at the 28K range, right? We had multiple tests of support. We had so many tests on support, and then we broke it. But now this is starting to look like a trend reversal. If we break 28, then that changes things completely, right? Then we can start maybe considering a bullish case scenario overall on Bitcoin. You guys know I've been short, man. I've been, since the channel started, we've been short, right? Like, all the way at 26. I think I started the channel somewhere around here. And we've been shorting Bitcoin the whole way through. Like, there's no reason to take a long entry. And now we're seeing a nice run up. So Algorand, that's another coin you guys want me to... I do have a chart on Algo. Yeah, so Algo... Okay, so let's talk about Algo. So you can see that Algo had a nice pump opportunity. The bottom was at 0.16, which is a very nice area of opportunity for that long. Right now, it's extremely choppy. Like, we can see that we do have somewhat of a double top right here. And this area acts as a support, right? So old support becomes new resistance, and that's how you know your support level is good. So you can see that we saw that area of opportunity, retested it, and then we saw a massive bearish engulfing candle. Since then, we're still in this neutral territory. So what I would do if I was looking for Algorand for a spot buy, so that means no leverage, just looking for a buy opportunity, we can look at the chart right here, and you can see that on 0.22, we tested this level multiple times, even on support, and then we saw the rally. Right now, we're seeing the same level act as resistance. So if I'm playing it super safe, wait till 29 cents breaks, and then your take profit level would be around the 40-cent mark. That could be a beautiful V-shaped formation looking to play as well. If you're more of an aggressive trader and you want to enter right now, then you can. There's not too much of a risk of downside opportunities because again, with Bitcoin and Ethereum pumping, the altcoins definitely will be looking for that pump as well. But of course, if we end up breaking 22, then exit that position. It's not worth holding because algo has seen dumps to an extreme amount, right? We've seen dumps going all the way to 9 cents. So it's just one of those situations you don't want to be caught in, mostly from 27 cents to 9 cents as a spot buy. And if you're buying a lot, like that's a huge risk. Again, guys, I'm not, I'm just watching this. Again, I didn't want to, I didn't expect a massive short squeeze today. I really didn't. It sucks because I wanted to enter trading positions. And we will enter trades. That's not a worry. It's just right now, I don't want to enter this because like, this is just crazy, right? So now on the daily, or sorry, even on the 30 minutes on the lower time frames, you guys know I don't trade anything lower. But when you're in massive volatility like this and all the charts just look like they're straight up, you can start going into lower time frames. I would be looking for a pullback, maybe even break the 9 exponential to 23.8. But with this current price, this area is acting as such a magnet because there's so much liquidity here, guys. There is so much liquidity at 25,000. And we're just going to see such a nice short squeeze if that happens. So it's just an area of gambling right now. I personally would wait. We might actually see an entry on Ethereum coming up, even on 1670. I would probably be entering a long once we enter that range. So we'll just continue analyzing until we get our proper entries. But yeah, so once again, yeah, there's a lot of people in here. So like I said, guys, if you guys want to start leverage trading, of course, just check out the link in the bio. You'd save a lot on fees with Fairdesk. And, they even have simulated trading if you don't want to actually do anything crazy yourself. You don't understand leverage, etc. But that's totally up to you guys right now. So I'm still a little sick, so don't mind my coughs. Shiba. I know someone wants to talk about Shiba. Shiba's been it's on a little range aspect of it. Like we're not seeing anything crazy on Shiba. I want to see I know Shiba is gonna be one of those coins, and I talked about this in my last live session a long time ago. And I said, someone asked me, what do you think about Shiba? And I mentioned, Shiba is going to be one of those coins like Doge. Like, when Doge broke, way above the actual price range that people thought it never could, it was like, what? Oh, it's a meme coin. It's this, it's that. Well, you guys need to understand, in bull runs, meme coins have a purpose as well. And the most money to be made is from people buying meme coins, right? Because if it, as a logical trader, you got to understand in bull runs, you can't really have much logic. And the reason I say that is because I've been through 2 bear markets. And in every bull run, I have shafted Dogecoin. I have shafted the meme coins. And I was like, nah, it's stupid. Nope, I'm not buying it. Like Cat Girl, I don't know if you guys saw that. What's the other one? Safe Moon. There's still opportunity in these meme coins. Even if you enter, obviously there's risk, right? There's huge risk. The idea of getting rugged is not the greatest. But with Shiba and coins that have hundreds of millions of market cap now, it's a little bit of a different game, right? So catching that bottom, when the coin first comes out, that's the original risk. But once it's settled and now you're in a bear market and it's consolidating, man, it's not a bad play. It really isn't. Because the next bull run for Bitcoin, we definitely will be hitting around 6 figures for Bitcoin. That's my take profit. I mentioned it, back in 2017, 2018 to my friends, and I was like, Bitcoin will hit 50,000. And it did this bull run. And it actually hit 65. The next take profit on Bitcoin would be 100,000. Ethereum could easily hit 10,000, but that's obviously a larger play, right? We're not looking for larger plays right now. We're looking at what exactly the market's selling us. So ideally, what I'm going to be looking for is to see whether or not we get that area of opportunity for Ethereum, because this is such a risky play. You can see even in terms of wicks, we've seen the same exact play right here. The same exact wick. We broke above, had a beautiful bull run from 1555. This, of course, is a little bit more extreme. And then we broke right below into the support. But we need to keep in mind that this area is still a long position on Bitcoin. So, you know what? Honestly, guys, I think from a scalping perspective right now, I think I'm going to enter a long position on Bitcoin just to ride it till 25.2. It's extremely risky because of how overbought we are. But the problem is, again, I don't want to short. And you guys know, I've always taught you guys this, never short into volume. The reason why is everyone is thinking the exact same thing. Oh my God, we're dipping. Yes, the red candle, time to sell. And the problem with that is when you have everyone thinking of the same way, the market tends to do completely opposite. And that's why we keep seeing these massive wicks, right? You can see everyone shorted right here, wrecked. Everyone shorted right here, wrecked. Everyone's going to short right here. They're going to get wrecked again. So that's why, like, you got to be very, very careful. I'm definitely going to lower my leverage, though. There's no way I'm doing 20x on this. Like, there's just absolutely no way. I put $5,000 in the account just for fun, for you guys to kind of look at, right? So we're going to enter a long position on Bitcoin right now. So there we go. We're on a long. Our liquidation is 22,000. And this is why I always recommend lower leverage. Like, our liquidation is down here. Honestly, if we see like a straight up red candle and we get wrecked, it is what it is. I don't care. You know what I mean? At that point, like, it's like I wasn't the only one that absolutely got wrecked. But that's why I personally like $3,000 ranges on Bitcoin. It's very hard to get liquidated on a $3,000 range. You know, it's very, very, very hard. What do you think of VRA? Keep seeing it all over CT. I don't think I've ever heard of VRA. Maybe I'm horrible, guys, with like actual with coin symbols. So give me a second. VRA USD. Yeah, I've never heard of this in my life. I don't even know what this thing is. Wow. Yeah, so you can see that, man, wow, like this is I guess one of those meme coin situations. I don't quote me. I don't know too much on this coin itself, but looking at previous price, like, man, wow, what an opportunity. This thing ripped to 8 cents, and right now it's picking up once again. So for in terms of support, or so rather resistance, we already broke above a resistance level here at 0. For this purpose, I'm just going to say 9. I'm not saying 0.0009, okay? For that purpose, it broke above the 9, and now the next resistance point would be right around here at 0.013. That would be your next area of resistance. So yeah, it looks pretty good for a long position, actually. I don't know if this is available for longs or leverages, but for spot buying, right, I don't... The thing is, so let me explain something to you guys. When you guys ask me to kind of analyze these kind of coins, the problem with these kind of coins is I don't know enough about the teams. I don't know enough about white paper. And honestly, we don't know what exactly the project could be, right? So I know people that literally only look at scalping opportunities, or rather leverage trading on lower cap coins. It doesn't work because there's a huge lack of liquidity. That's why I always recommend, if you guys are going to leverage trade, leverage the big ones: Bitcoin, Ethereum, Cardano, Doge, XRP. Go ahead, leverage those, because there's enough money for you not to get absolutely played. For these kind of coins, I would look for spot buys. So buying and holding if you really believe in the team and the project. But otherwise, I wouldn't look for it. Hey, Nicola, it's 2 a.m. Yeah, I'm sorry, guys. I am honestly, it's so difficult to get everyone's timings. I appreciate you, Nicola, for being here at 2 in the morning. Honestly, though, if you're tired, man, go to bed. Like, I don't want you to stay up just for the live stream asterisk, right? It is recorded, so worst case scenario. But it is always more fun live. We get to see more people get wrecked, and sometimes we get wrecked as well. So yeah, we're still in our long position, down 2%, $100, not a big deal. I'm still gonna hold my long. It is risky, you guys already know in terms of this position size right now, but it's on a 10x leverage. Like, if we do end up getting wicked towards the downside, then it is what it is. But I don't want to enter a short right now until we see a break. I would 100% enter a short at 25.2 if I'm really feeling it. But right now, I'm just at this position size. It's very risky to be entering a short. So I'd rather just enter into volume. I would much rather enter into a long position than enter into a short position right now. Monopoly Meta Bitmart. Yeah, I don't know about that one. I don't think I'm gonna analyze a coin that's called a Monopoly Meta. No offense, but I don't. I just, yeah. Okay, fine. You know what? I don't even think it might be on here. I'm just gonna do it for you, but yeah. Okay, it's not. Yeah, we're not gonna do that. All right, we're not gonna look at that coin. So let's see. Yeah, I mean, what a bullish, honestly. Wow, what a day for Bitcoin and Ethereum. Like, an insane rally aspect of it. So we're seeing a pullback on Bitcoin. It is what it is. Only $180. That's the thing. Like, so let me teach you guys something in terms of trading psychology, which a lot of people like kind of mess up, right? I entered a position in front of you guys, right? We entered at what, 24,692. Bitcoin dropped $90. Oh my god, end of the world, right? But The problem is a lot of traders, what they do is they get into this psychology with money, right? They'll see money dropping. They're like, oh my God, I gotta enter. I gotta exit. I gotta exit. I lost this much. I'm losing. If you enter a position, you need to have a plan. We have a plan. Our plan is 25.2. If the trade goes against you, what's the worst case that could happen? Our exit would be somewhere around here at 24.1. Yeah, it's about $500 drop. I'm out though, because I don't want to play that pullback, right? But if you don't have a plan and you blindly enter a trade and then it starts going against you, that's where you really get emotional. So don't enter unless you have a plan. And I know it sounds really easy, but you guys already know the price is going up. And then people are like, oh, I'm going to enter. No, I'm not going to enter. No, I'm going to enter. No. And they start second guessing themselves. And then they miss the whole move upwards. Then they'll enter at the top and then it starts dropping. They're like, oh, the market's against me. It's like, no, it's not against you. You just didn't enter properly. You just need to trust your plan. Like, guys, the amount of times me as a beginner, like, I would enter a trade and then I would go look on Twitter or TradingView and everyone is counter trading me. Like, everyone is like, it's short. It's dying. Bitcoin's done. We're liquid. And, and then I'd close my positions. And guess what would happen? I was right. I would end up, closing my position, entering with them, getting wrecked, and then losing money. And then, like, that's my thing is I always tell people, if you're counter trading me right now, good. Like, I would rather you counter trade me and make money at that point because, like, I don't want you guys to get into the habit of everything I say is right because I have been wrong as well. There's been times where I have been wrong. And that's just trading. You learn. Obviously, in terms of win-loss ratios, you guys have seen, I'm very high up there. But it's different when you've been a larger experience. Now, it's a completely different thing when you're just blindly following a trader, right? Someone posts a signal in your chat and you start entering these trades and you have no idea why the dude entered the trade. But, oh, he's good. I'm going to enter. That's the problem. That's where you kind of get screwed because he might lose money and be okay with it. But for you, is it really worth that, that aspect of it? Usually not. David Rolf, the message got restricted. I don't know what you typed in there, buddy. But yeah, I have no idea. So yeah. I know some of you guys. Oh, Matic. That's actually what I want to talk to. I kept telling myself I want to talk about Matic today. Matic. Let's talk about Matic. Wow. Man, from 72 cents, I think this is where we started live streaming, somewhere down here. I remember because we got liquidated. That was such a fun live stream. I think we had like $500 and we were just like, yo, we're just going to YOLO it. And then we entered a short on Matic right here at, I think, 90 cents. And we got wrecked. That day, we got a massive short squeeze on Matic. And this was a liquidation candle for us. Still, whatever happens. But since then, we haven't touched Matic. And right now, Matic is on such a massive rally. And this is one of those coins that I always suggest people, like, if I had a ton of money in terms of spot buying and I wanted to buy a coin, it would probably be Polygon. And the reason why, of course, is just based on simple TA. Like, this coin has not seen a proper run up yet. Right, we haven't seen that opportunity like Solana. Let's talk about Solana as well. And like a lot of people on Solana were like, "Oh, it's a dead coin, never coming back." This right here, folks, is a trend reversal. Everyone shorted. This was FTX crash, right? Blah blah blah. $38 down to around $14, and then $14 we started having a neutral territory. Exactly at $8, we saw a peak. And for those of you saying, oh, well, $8 was a lucky guess, it really wasn't. Like, if you go on previous price, like on CoinMarketCap, it's not on TradingView, but there was a point where $8 was a massive support zone. And then you can see as soon as we broke above the resistance of 14, after that, there is no reason to go short. There is no reason to go short after that, because after that, we were ready for even just this massive retest where the opportunity lies, right? Even just looking at the 4-hour time frame, you already knew that the next support level would be tested just from that breakout alone. And then since then, this is still an uptrend. Don't get it confused. This is still an uptrend on Solana. We've seen some resistance. We've seen some pullbacks, but this is not enough to be entering that shorting position just yet. We ideally want to see a break. And honestly, looking at Solana right now, this could rally to easily $36, easily. Because this is where the move set started. This is from FTX. Assuming Bitcoin rallies and continues, Solana will continue and rally up here as well. Then the question becomes, of course, whether or not we use it as support. So you can play rally situations extremely well, but the downside of rally situations, of course, is if it's a fake out, then you don't want to get caught out on the next leg. So this is why I personally haven't entered a single spot buy. And for those of you wondering what spot buy is like you're not trading with leverage. You're just buying the coin that you like and holding it forever. So I haven't entered on leverage in a very long time. Or sorry, spot buy in a very long time. Well, because of the fact that I don't think the bottom necessarily is in just yet. And since then, I've just been kind of sitting on the sidelines and leveraging and just having like, stable coins and whatnot. But of course, I have enough bags in, like I'm rather I have enough into the market that if I didn't catch the bottom and this was the bottom at 15,000, I'm okay. And that's the kind of area you want to be in. You don't want to be 100% in stables, but you want to have just enough that you don't care, kind of thing. And if you're in that position, then you're okay. Hey Steve, can barely see. Here, how about this? Let me zoom in for you. That should be better for you. Yeah, we're just kind of going over coins, just really quickly. We weren't quality. I don't know. I think quality wise we should be fine. Everyone else's quality good. I think we're fine. I'm not sure. Like I think live streaming really depends on internet, but so far like I think we're fine here for stream settings. Yeah, it says stream health. Everything's good. I'm not sure. Steve, try refreshing the page. It might work for you. So yeah. So let's see. Yeah, quality is good. Okay, yeah. Thank you, Nicola. So yeah, back to Bitcoin. Like I said, we're still in our long position. We're still holding it. We're down 4%. Nothing crazy. I don't. I want to wait for this thing. Yeah, no problem, Steve. It happens. But yeah, we're just gonna hold our position to see what's up. We have our take profit level. You guys already know. 25.2. I'm not closing it until we hit 25.2. That's gonna be our area of opportunity. Because I know that this squeeze is gonna happen again. I know for a fact the only risk we're playing is on the lower time frames for this move right here down to 24.3. But the overall move will still hit this level and then drop. It's happened so many times before on Bitcoin. That's exactly why. Like even from this daily time frame, like you can see we had 4 wicks before we finally dropped. And right now, like we're not at that range for me to be looking for a short. I don't like entering shorts on daily time frames when we're this close to breaking a resistance. There's no reason for you to be entering a short at this level unless you're, like I said, scalping or trying to get in and out of the market. Only then. ADA, let's talk about Cardano. Yeah, honestly, like I made the video and holy wow, like it called out perfectly as well. But what a play, man. What a play. Honestly, like let's just talk about the daily time frames on Cardano. I literally said, what's so funny is in the video I mentioned, oh yeah, if Cardano were to break on the daily, retest the exponentials, we're going to see a breakout. And that's exactly what happened. You can see we saw such a nice breakout on Cardano. As of right now, though, we're seeing a pullback, which kind of sucks because I really wanted to see 41 cents hold. This is going to be a huge range for Cardano to try to break above. And if we do end up breaking above 41, then that's going to be a beautiful play for you guys to possibly hit all the way up to around 46, 47. The reason I say that is it gets a little messy for Cardano, and I apologize for all the lines, but the reason why I have all these lines is because there was just so much periods of consolidation and volatility that I really wanted to try to catch like the ideal ranges. So now the way I look at it is every time we enter a little red line, I'm looking for a short, right? Or of course breakout. The problem with Cardano though is like when Cardano breaks out, it really breaks out, right? You don't see like small little opportunities. This is one of those altcoins that have such a massive range. Good time to buy Cardano? I don't think so, not necessarily. I would say your better bet, like I don't know if you watched the videos back then, but at 34 cents, I said like this would be a much better buy opportunity down here. Right now, it's a little bit risky. I would wait to see at 39 cents, maybe a pullback, or even at 40 cents a pullback, and then you can enter a buy position. It depends though. Like, are you buying like for a long term, or are you buying for like just for leverage? That's completely different, right? That's ideally what you want to see, right? So that's up to you though, of course. Let's see. We're still in our long, still printing, boys. We're still entry could have been better, but that's the risk, right? That's the risk you're playing with such high volatility. You don't want to. We don't really care about an $80 move on Bitcoin. We don't. It happens. You won't ever like speaking about entries themselves, unless we got in at the resistance point or at the support point that we talked about, there's no reason to be, looking for the exact entry. The amount of times you guys have told me yourselves, like, I waited too long, I didn't get the entry, I was second guessing myself, and that's why. The problem with being, too disciplined in trading, and there is a thing, being too disciplined in trading makes you lose some trades as well, right? And I'll give you guys an example on Doge. And for those of you that watched my videos a long time ago, you guys already know what I'm about to say. We talked about Doge, and we called it such a beautiful play. I wanted to short, but I didn't short until 0.16. I kept saying I'm not shorting until 0.16. I want 0.16. I'm not going to enter the trade. The market got close. We got to 0.159 and then dropped. And it was a massive play. Like, this was not a small play on Doge. We never really tested our resistance. But that's what I'm saying is, you want to be very careful of getting into the mindset. The reason I did it was because we already made so much money from this move right down from 0.05 upwards, right? But I was more worried that the same situation right now, right? We saw a parabolic move on Doge. I don't like shorting parabolic moves because they might just keep going. Not the first time Doge just kept going upwards, right? People trying to catch tops and hoping the fact that the short would happen, and it doesn't. So just be very careful as you guys trade into these ranges. Definitely be very careful. Still on the daily, not much really happening. I just want to see that volatility come in for Doge. Man, Ethereum looks rough. I'm not gonna lie. We hit 1713 and then had a pullback. But like Bitcoin, it looks pretty good still. Bitcoin still looks pretty good to me, and that's why I'm not shorting Ethereum just yet either. But definitely a play at 25.2. Definitely a play at 25.2. Whether we do it or not is a question, but we'll see. I would much rather wait and see how the play is right now. I personally don't like, because you know what, guys, you know what the problem is? I'll tell you right now what the problem is. If like at 22.8, we could have been like, yeah, we're gonna short, and then we got wrecked, right? So that's the problem with shorting into ranges, mostly resistance levels like that. You gotta be very careful. But that's why we're on low leverage. We're on 10x. Literally, like, yeah, we're on 10x leverage. We don't care because our liquidation's at 22.2, which is like down here. So unless I see like the greatest red candle of my life right now, I don't care. And even if we do, that's great. Like, because I'm genuinely gonna be like, wow, we got faked out. But this is such a bad range to get faked out. I'm not gonna lie. Like, the market, like, let's talk about 25K. I remember 25K really well because I shorted 25K. I can send you guys in the Telegram later. I can show you my short. But I shorted right at 25 and I closed it at, I think, 22. It was probably one of the best trades I've ever done. But the reason why I waited, and this was patience, look at the range. We got pretty close to hitting my resistance at 25.2. I could have entered here. I could have entered here. I could have entered here. But no, I was like, it's going to hit 25.2 and then drop. We hit that range, dropped, and then we dropped and kept dropping. Like, that was pretty much Bitcoin's end, right? And then this was FTX. This day was funny. It wasn't funny in terms of people losing money. It was funny because it was one of those days in my crypto career where I just didn't know what was happening. I literally couldn't draw a chart fast enough. And then by the time I posted it, we were already down here. Like, and within like 8 hours, I think, we dropped from 20.7 down to 17,000. That doesn't happen. Like, very rarely a black swan event, like, you'll see, like, to that extent where you get wrecked that hard. And for those shorting that, man, like, I don't know who shorted that, but congrats. Like, that was life-changing opportunity for you. Yeah. But yeah, like I said, guys, if you want me to analyze a chart for you, put in the chat. I can continue making conversation, but I know you guys are gonna get sick of my voice soon. Let's see. I've had a few chart. Oh, you know what? Okay, let's see. Can you check ERN? Sure. I haven't heard of that one either. I don't know. I feel like I'm missing the game in terms of altcoins. Oh, look, we do have a chart for it on Binance. Very nice. So let's talk about EARN. Again, I don't know anything fundamentals-wise, so don't bother asking me. Wow, this thing, I need to go on the daily for this. Oh, God, what happened here? Okay, so the high is at 24 to the lows of what? Like, let me see the 4 hour. $1? Yeah, $1.29. Damn, that's rough. That's the dangerous part of trading on. That's the dangerous part of trading bull runs. You don't want to get caught. Okay, guys. Word of advice. There's 20 of us in here. If you know long term, you don't ever hear from me or you stop watching my channel. Let me give you one word of advice. In a bull run, take your profits. And I made that mistake in the beginning. But what I mean by that is, as it's running up, let it run up. You know, ride the waves, whatever. But the minute you started seeing like all of these random creators on or Twitter accounts start giving you investment advice and like Bitcoin's going to 100,000, when everyone has a narrative, sell. That's the best time to sell, and it's very easy to spot it. Like everyone was saying $100,000 Bitcoin at 60,000, it was a perfect opportunity to sell. I sold at 56. I got pretty close, but like obviously, I analyze the markets. It's a little bit different, but as a beginner, just trust me on this. Take your profits and do not ever, 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 ever hold altcoins during the crash. I don't care how good of an entry it looks like to you. It's not. Because these are the sort of coins, or like in general, that get absolutely wrecked. Anyway, so back to earn. $1.60 is a support. And right now, it actually looks like we just rejected off a crucial resistance point at 272. It's just a consolidation zone. We're trading on the exponential moving averages. It's still in an uptrend for sure. I'd be very careful though, looking for a buy opportunity. I would have obviously told you to buy it down around the 168 level. But assuming we break 272, let's just say hypothetical for your case, down the road, let's say we don't do a live session, you're wondering where exactly we're going to go, because I'm not going to analyze these coins again. That would be your take profit level at $4.16, assuming we can get above 272. And even if you want to get a little bit more deeper into it, right there, $3.20. So these are your levels if you want to point them down. For earn, try to break above 272, use it as support. Then you have the next range for your take profit at $3.20 and then $4.16. $4.16 can happen. I don't know what happened here on this day, but you can see it went from $1 to $4 in a day. So how's our Bitcoin doing? Oh, down. We're only down $100. Ah, there we go. It's coming back. Sorry. Yeah, so this is exactly why we're still in this long position. I'm not closing it. It's dangerous to be shorting right here. Do you trade against the market? What do you mean by that, Andy? Like, do you mean like counter trading? Like, do I ever, like, would I short this? Is that what you're asking me? I made the same mistake, missed out on 10x profit. Yeah, man, it's rough. I'm there, man. I've been there so many times. Like, it's rough. Damn, Ethereum's coming back, boys. And girls. I think there's some girls in here. Boys and girls. What indicators are you using? And please explain how you utilize them. Sure, Jay. I actually made a video on it, Jay. If you want to watch an in-depth video. I think I posted like 2 days ago. That honestly, I don't mind explaining it, but that video is gonna explain in more detail. But the only indicators I use are the 9 and the 20 exponential moving average. And I have my RSI. Everything else is naked charting. By naked charting, I mean only price action. And in terms of the exponential moving averages, I use them. If we're trading below them, I'm only looking for shorts. If we're trading above them, I'm only looking for buy opportunities. So that's how I trade them pretty much. I got you, yeah. We're still going, boys. We're still only 2% down. It's not too much. I want that breakout. And you know what sucks is I have a feeling this live session is gonna go, and then we're gonna close it, and then we're gonna see the breakout. So if you guys haven't joined the Telegram, make sure to do so, because it's pretty fun in there. We make some good money in there. The link is in the bio, and also on Fairdesk. If you guys are interested in leverage trading yourselves, Fairdesk is a great exchange, low fees. Let's see. I used to trade Forex a long time ago, guys. That's why you see my tickers. Ignore this. I used to trade Forex quite a bit. I personally found it a lot better. Let's see. We're going down to 23K, 22K for Bitcoin. I'm not gonna say no. But I think 25 would happen first before we end up doing that. And we also want to be very careful on that too, right? Because if Bitcoin were to break out from 25, we're gonna see something nice at 29. Because you got to keep in mind, man. Like, look at the chart. This is the third time we've seen 3 tests. Now this is the 4th test on Bitcoin at 25. I think we're gonna see a breakout before we see a drop on Bitcoin. And like even lining up with Ethereum, it's 1787. That should put Bitcoin around 26, 27. So I feel like that would happen first, and then a drop. I do think the bottom's not in at 15. I hope it isn't, but if it is, great. But like, if we do end up seeing a drop, my Bitcoin levels were right here. For those of you that were wondering, $12,000 Bitcoin and $11,000 Bitcoin. I would love to watch those levels and buy at those levels because that's where the bottom is. And the reason I had a feeling, or well, I rather know that it's going to be the bottom, is because looking at the daily time frame. So I don't want to mess up my chart here, but look. So look back over here in 2020 and back in 2019. These areas were such a massive resistance. And what happens to old resistance? It becomes new support. And that's exactly what I'm waiting for. 15,000 was a major resistance. We did see multiple tests. We saw a nice breakout. We saw a bull run upwards, right? But it's still too soon to be saying whether or not that's a breakout. Oh, what do we know, guys? Wow. We're seeing a breakout here. I think my unrealized should be going. I'm at 692. The entry's at 670. Yeah, so it should be seeing a breakout here soon. But this is exactly why. It's very volatile. I quickly saw 713, but I didn't click fast enough over there. But I'm still waiting. This is why we're long, right, guys? This is exactly why we're long. I don't want to be shorting this move right now. I would much rather be until the 25.2 hits. Then we can short. Then we can chill. I'm not gonna personally because I think that point we'll just take our profits and see what happens tomorrow. I would short if we didn't already test this level so many times. Then I would short. Yeah, for sure, Vale. I mentioned that in the beginning of the chat. Like, me entering a long position at this level is risky, but I've noticed the market tends to hit the resistance before coming back down. It's a nice range to be trading, but we're only on 10x leverage. We're so, we're chilling. But yeah, that's our range. That's our range right now. This is exactly why I'm looking for this. So until 25.2 hits, and then we go short. Until then, we're not looking for a short. Because everyone's gonna be in the same mentality right now. Oh yeah, Bitcoin, there we go, right? And they're all gonna be like, we saw a move up, yeah, we're gonna short, and everyone's gonna be shorting, and then we're gonna squeeze again. No problem, David. I'm seeing some new names here, guys. Honestly, I never get to actually talk to my subscribers. And I mean, you guys barely comment on my videos. I think I have like the same 4 people commenting on my videos. I think they're in here as well. But like, I don't ever got to. I don't recognize any of these names, which is great. It's nice to meet you guys. Right, Candy. I'm in a long position right now. We entered at 20. Where's my entry? 24.692. I'm gonna close it at 25.2, and then we get out, and then we just chill. I think after that we'll just chill and kind of analyze a few more things and then call it a day. And again, the reason why I entered, of course, is we have a breakout, we have a short squeeze, but what's interesting is that this area is going to be acting as a magnet. It always ends up being, even on previous price analysis, you can see that we got pretty close to that range. I may exit at even 24.9. I don't care about the extra $100 to $200 trade. I don't want to risk, because it's so risky entering a long on the lower time frames, even on the 4 hour. It's just so risky, right? But I would much rather look for a long here and then exit than enter a short and then get wrecked, because I don't want to short into volume. Never short into volume. Yeah, Jay, I got you. That happens. It's okay. Some of you guys are introverts. At what range would you short? I'm sure, David, I'm shorting at 25.2. Again, I personally am not shorting this move, but if I was looking for a trade, it would be around 25.2. But the reason why I'm very hesitant on, I'm not confirming that, is the only reason why is we've tested this level before, man. We've tested level multiple times before. And the more times the resistance level is tested, we tend to see a breakout. And that's why I'm not shorting. I'm being very careful shorting at these levels. I gotta talk slower, or else I'm gonna start coughing everywhere. I unsubbed all the Moonboy YouTubers. You know, you know what's funny though? I think you should resub to them and then counter trade them. I counter trade all of them. Yeah, like it's if I'm ever doubting my analysis, I just go on YouTube and watch them, and they're like, oh no, Bitcoin's dying. I'm like, all right, I'm good, because like you know, BitBoy and all those, all I've been watching them since 2017, guys. I know how they are. Like I've been watching them, and I know how many times they've been wrong. So it's very easy to know which ones to follow and which ones not to follow. There are amazing traders on YouTube. There are a ton of amazing traders on YouTube, other than me, but I'm sure you guys will know or find them. I don't know. I don't really watch crypto traders other than Crypto Kirby, but I don't know if any of you guys even know him. He's good. He's really good. But otherwise, like I don't really bother with crypto YouTubers. And the thing is, like again, it's good to watch crypto trading on YouTube, but the whole point is learning. So if the guy that you're watching isn't teaching you, then there's no point of watching. Because like he's just there for the money, right? He's getting his views. He's getting, and again, I don't get paid much, guys. I get paid like $5 a day. You guys already saw on Telegram. I'm not making anything off YouTube, but at least I'm teaching you guys, and I don't care. Even if one of you takes something from this whole lesson, I'm happy with it. Because like I love seeing those messages where like you guys are like, I just made a killing based off your charters. I'm happy with that. We're down $40. Still too early to be calling it a range. Yeah, Kirby's really good. I think this is the most we've ever had though in live streaming. There's 21 of you in here. I think this literally is the most we've ever had, which is great. It's nice to see we're growing. We're almost at 4,000 subscribers. I think some of you have been following me since like 300, which is nice. I recognize some of the names. Litecoin. I do want to talk about Litecoin. I'm about to cough. Give me a second. Anyways, let's talk about Litecoin. I forget who asked me for this line. I think this was part of the last live stream, and I said Litecoin will hit this line. So whoever it was, congrats. You made a ton. But yeah, because I don't change these charts, right? If I draw a line, I leave the line there. It's just easier for me. So yeah, so Litecoin, okay, in terms of an investment, and again, not financial advice, but in terms of an investment, Litecoin long term is safe. And the reason I say that, what happened to my chart? Okay, the reason I say that is because you can see on Litecoin that we saw the same two exact, look at that, exact double top opportunities, $411, and this was the top of both the bull runs. Isn't that funny? You can use Litecoin to spot the top of a bull run. And that's exactly what I did. So I knew that Litecoin was going to rally into the $400 range, and then it was time to start looking to sell. And this was literally at the end of the bull run. We saw the rally, and then we saw the dump. We saw the consolidation back in $40. Litecoin at $40, $50 even, is a great spot buy. It's a great spot buy. You're not risking too much. Long term, you can exit for $400. If you believe in crypto and you believe in Bitcoin and Ethereum, then regardless how you feel about Litecoin, you believe in Litecoin. And what I mean by that is when Bitcoin goes up, everything is going to go up, right? It doesn't matter what you're in. Other than if you're in like your meme coins, like the guy who said Monopoly coin. I don't even know what that was, right? That's a completely different story. But you get my point. The main coins, they tend to go up regardless. And Litecoin is one of those coins that may not see that volatility, right? So from April 20 to November 2020, we didn't see anything. And then we saw $170 and we ranged there for a bit. It wasn't life-changing money, right? $50 to $150 is about 3x. It wasn't life-changing money. But then you had some sort of gain. And this is for those of you that like playing it very safe, because I know there's some of you guys, and there's nothing wrong with that. I would much rather be a conservative. Mostly when you have 5 or 6 figures, you don't want to be greedy, right? You just want to be conservative. Enter those trades, exit those trades on spot buy. Litecoin is a great coin. It can be used for top buys, like it can be used for top outs, on bull runs, and it can also be used in terms of buying at bottoms. I don't use Litecoin for buying at bottoms; it's too risky. But you get my point. Hive chat, sure. Yeah, thank you, Steve. I appreciate that. Steve, what is that? Hive? Man, guys, you guys are making me analyze. I don't even know what these coins are. Hive? I don't think that's a. Can you do Hive? Oh, Hive chat. I'm sorry. Okay, no, I need the ticker. If you can find me the ticker, I'll do it for you. I don't think there's a ticker for Hive. Unless it's... Oh, this? There we go. I'm assuming it's this one. Yeah, I think this is it. Okay, so let's just quickly draw our support and resistance here for you. So there's your resistance right there at 63 cents. Your support line would be right around here for the midterm. So we just bounced off support, kind of. It got pretty close to support. It didn't quite hit it, but it looks pretty good for a long position or even a buy opportunity. But the only problem is like this range still acts as a support. So we're still, okay, so maybe at 46, 47 cents, you could look for a buy opportunity because you can look on previous price analysis. We hit all the way up to 57 multiple times once we broke above 47. So that would be a much better range to be kind of playing along for that. Andy, I used to trade stocks back in the day. That's why you see my tickers. I have AMC. Let's talk about AMC real quick. You guys want to know something funny? It's not really funny. I was pissed, but you want to know something funny? I bought AMC like $20,000 worth at $5.12. And then my bank or broker screwed me over. I had to wait a week. I couldn't buy or sell the stock. And I sold at $7 to wait for the dip again. It dipped down to $5 again. I tried to buy. I was banned for a week. And AMC ripped up to $44. Yeah, it was brutal. That was like a lot of money, right? That's not a small amount. Mostly for stocks. That's not a small amount of money. But stocks, the reason I don't trade stocks, well, to put it in perspective, it's very slow. I hate the 9 to 5 aspect of it. And I think the biggest reason why I hate trading stocks is news. You go to bed, you're in a stock, you go to bed, it could be a penny stock, it could be whatever. You wake up and next thing you know, like the CEO died, or the CEO ran away with the money, or like something happened, and then your stock goes to zero and there's never coming back. And that's why I don't like trading stocks. It's just, I don't like news events regardless. Like Bitcoin is one of those things like now recently we started basing our news off, CPI and the FOMC with whatever's happening across the world like recently. But we never saw that back in 2017, 2018. There was news events, yes, and we did see some volatility, but it was more based off Bitcoin itself, right? Like it was more based off like ETFs, like, the general public getting, man, I remember like back in 2018, they were talking about a Bitcoin ETF, and every time there would be some sort of rumor about it, Bitcoin would jump up in price. That was back then, right? We were just starting out, and now you have Fidelity and these trillion-dollar companies. Like, we're chilling now, but like it puts into perspective like how like crazy it was back then. It was a wild west. It was, and I think everyone that came out from the 2017, 2016 bull run, like they learned something, and some of them decided to apply it to this bull run. Most didn't. Sand. Yes, I can do sand for you. No problem. Let's talk about sand. Sand. Wow. So we're still in this boring neutral range. I don't know why sand sucks. Like it always just, there's never anything happening with sand for me to analyze it. But what we're looking for right now, of course, we had a fake out, tried to break below 71, had a nice midterm opportunity. Now we're definitely looking for that same retest on 80 cents. It will happen. We've seen this price range before. The only dangerous part of this price range was maybe right here. That was your dangerous point. But if we already broke above it. So on the next 4-hour candle, we could see a move downwards and then a breakout. But what I'm looking for is to see on sand, any break above 80 cents and you can take a long position. But the main point of sand for you would be trying to use that level as support. Even zooming out on the chart right now, you can see that we do have somewhat of a V-shaped formation playing out. So if sand does end up breaking out, then make sure you use that level as support. And what I mean by, let me talk about this real quick, right? While I still have you guys here. What I mean by level as support, I'm waiting for not only am I waiting for a breakout, which you guys already know, but I'm waiting for a 3-test confirmation. A 3-test confirmation, what I mean is 3 wicks. These are wicks. You see these little lines at the bottom of the candlestick? 3 wicks, and then a breakout, and that's your confirmation for a long. Do not enter a 2. Do not enter a 1. Always enter a 3. 3 wicks. In terms of resistance, 3 rejections. 3 wicks. And then you enter. On the 3rd wick, you enter. That's conservative. If you want to enter on the 4th, you can, right? Or sorry, aggressive. So, but right now, sand is looking really nice for a long position. We broke above our major resistance point. We're not in overbought territory just yet. We're still using our exponential moving averages as support, so it's still looking extremely well. And yeah, Steve, I can do ApeCoin for you. I actually talked about ApeCoin quite a bit previously. In my old live session, I used to talk about ApeCoin a lot. Hold on, give me a second, guys. Sorry, I had to cough. I didn't want to cough in the mic. I'm dying still. So for ApeCoin, you can see that we broke above a major resistance point. I forget who it was. Someone in here said, I forget who it was, but someone did mention ApeCoin and asked me for an analysis, and that's why I have these lines drawn. But right now, ApeCoin is, we're testing. So let me just draw it for you. Now we can draw some more fun here. You know what? Let me do it like this. Give me a second, guys. Let me draw. Let me draw the horizontal raise. This is better. So there you go. So that's your resistance point. And then in terms of support, we already have a nice support zone, but you can almost have right there. That's your support, $4.70. So Ape is in, actually, if you look at Ape, we're in a W formation. Look at this, guys. This is exactly what I taught you guys when the beginning of the live started. Move comes down, have a W formation. W formations usually end right here on the wicks, and then we see a pullback. So $5.83 if you're looking at the lower time frames. And then you can exit that position. Or, of course, a breakout. Any breakout above $6.12, use that level as support. That's your confirmation to start looking for a long opportunity. In terms of a take profit zone, if we break above $6.12 and use it as support, $7.75 would be your next top out range, and that would be your perfect take profit level. We're at 24666 on Bitcoin. Very interesting. It's funny. We start the live session and Bitcoin just like, yeah, you know what, we're done. We're done the whole bull run we just started. Like this whole move, parabolic volatility. It happens every time. Every time we start a live session, we never see volume come in, and it gets so boring. And then as soon as I end the live session, then Bitcoin starts to pump. It's funny. CHZ. I don't know if you've done XRP, but can you take a look at it? Yeah, I'll do XRP since you asked first, and then we'll talk about CHZ. So XRP, I used to make videos about this, and I know you guys remember. But why I stopped making videos on XRP was because it doesn't do anything. Like, we've been in such a large range of consolidation. Like, guys, look at this. Like, this is a long range. And I know it's based off the SEC news or whatever. I don't care what conspiracy theories you guys have in terms of XRP and where it's going. But in terms of the current 4-hour perspective, XRP bounced off 36 cents. It's a blue line. You guys know the blue lines are based off, if we hit that blue line and we bounce off of it, it's a long position. Any break below it, we're only looking for shorts. So XRP right now is looking ready for a nice breakout, possibly over to 44 cents. Now, assuming we can break 44, which we haven't, it's struggled. If we can break 44 on XRP, then we have free range to hit around 50 cents. Very easily. There's not much in between. It's a white line, so it's minimal support. But after that, it's pretty much free range for you guys. And of course, this has happened before in XRP where we actually managed to see a massive bull run, right? From all the way down here at 30 cents within 3 or 4 days to 55. It's not the first time it's happened. I think it's 4 days exactly. Yeah. So that the deciding factor is the 44 cent range. And I'll show you what I mean. So if I were to zoom in the chart here for you, you can see that as soon as XRP broke above 44, look at that. Look at that strong bullish engulfing candle, right? And this is what I meant by my Bitcoin long opportunity. These areas are magnets. This is where we currently are on Bitcoin. Let's just assume for candles perspective. it's gonna hit the wick before it comes down. It always does. Always hits that level before it comes down. It may not get exactly on that level. It'll get close, right? But it'll hit it. So that's why I always mention to you guys, trade off the ranges that I give you and then enter the levels. Because my lines are very accurate. Like, I haven't changed my lines since 2018. But you can see that. Hold on, there's like a fire truck. I don't know if you guys hear that. But like, in terms of like in the range, like we hit that level perfectly and then we bounced. I'm sorry for the fire truck. But yeah, as soon as we hit look at that. Like, we're not even to like a penny lower, right? We saw a few wicks to the downside, but since then we've just been on a run up. So like, if you guys want to copy my charts, you guys are welcome to. These are the ranges for XRP. But I am looking for, in terms of XRP, to answer your question, it is looking bullish. The bears had a chance to break below 36, failed, and since then we've been on a massive run up opportunity. Trade Blur. No, I'm not trading Blur. Blur looks crazy. It is volatile. And I'm not sure why people were selling it at 60 cents. I didn't get much from the Blur airdrop, so, you know, I know I got, like, again, but at 60 cents, like, they didn't give a chance to the thing. But now we're ripping it. It's at $1 the last I checked, which is nice to see. But the problem with, you know, new coins like that, mostly brand new coins, it's very hard to figure out support, resistance, and like speculation of where it could go. That's why I don't like analyzing those kind of coins. It's very boring. Yeah, we're not doing much on Bitcoin. It's just we're stuck. I just want to break out. I think the hourly should be coming up here. Is 8:30. Yeah, so the hourly should be coming up here soon. This is a moment of truth, and I know I have a feeling that this might dump now. I do have a feeling here, down to 24. Like, that's the problem with the hourly. But I'm gonna hold it. I am gonna hold my long until the hourly closes, if that makes sense. So, because we could definitely hit the wick and then come down. So I don't wanna enter a short right now. It's just too risky. So we're gonna hold our long until we hit 25.2 and then enter short. And for those of you watching, like, assuming we get off the live, you know, whenever, but if we don't hit 25.2, or we do hit 25.2, this isn't me telling you go short at 25.2. I usually always tell you guys which range I'm going to go short in, but the reason why I won't short at 25.2 just yet is we've tested this range before. If this was a first time test, I would 100% short it. This is not the first time test. This is the fourth time test. So I don't short ranges like that. It's very risky. Okay, Justin Believer coin. I don't even know if that's the thing. I talked about Hbar, Josh. I can talk about it real quick again. So Hbar is testing a major support. I drew a midterm. So we broke above a resistance. Now we're using that area as support. It could definitely be looking like a possible double top at 0.09. We definitely will be testing 0.097 again. The question, of course, would become whether or not we're going to see a breakout or a double top and then drop. But I'm going to make a video on Hbar, so I don't want to talk about it too much. I'll literally, within an hour, I'll make that video for you. But right now, it's looking pretty bullish still, which is unfortunate, because I do want to see a pullback on Hbar. Not because I want to buy it, but just because, like, I want to enter along, right? Like, this thing just goes up. Like, it doesn't come down. Like, I want to see it come down and then go for a long. UFO gaming. I heard about that way back then. Man, I haven't heard about that in a long time, actually. I don't know what the ticker is for that. If you can give me a ticker, that would help. Found it. Okay. Yeah, these are hard. These are coins that are going to be hard to analyze, my friend. Like, I can't analyze something like this. Like, the thing is, because, again, these coins are going to be based off news, right? So if we see news, they're going to see a pump. But there's no point of analyzing something like this. Like, it's just, if you believe in the coin, if you believe in the team, then go for it. But in terms of, like, there's no technical analysis on meme coins like this. Like, there isn't, unfortunately. Because I can say whatever, and then, like, you know, UFO team might release something, and we, you know, go parabolic, and you're like, well, you're wrong, right? It's just because it's news event. I don't trade it. I don't like news stuff. No, I'm not gonna make a Pingu coin. I don't think I'll ever release. I don't think I'll ever release anything like for, you know, like an NFT project or anything like that. I don't. I like, my life is simple right now. You know, I make my videos. You guys make money. Everyone's happy. I'm happy. We're chilling. I prefer that. I don't like getting into like signals and, you know, because like the problem is, like, I can do signals, and you guys have seen I've given you guys some good trades and you guys have made a ton of money off me. I don't like doing signals though, because my take profit and stop losses are different from yours. And the problem is everyone's account sizes are different as well. I'm not trying to sit there and calculate for you guys, right? And I can say 1% or 2% risk and it's not going to work out. I've done it before. I've done signals before. It's just not on crypto or Pingu charts. Never done it before in that. But I've done it for like other companies. I've done it for other Discords and stuff like that. And when it's good, it's great. But when it's bad, it's like you get blamed for like death threats and stuff. And I'm not really about that life. AUD coin, sure. Yeah, guys. Like I said, if you other than Vale, if anyone else wants me to analyze, make sure you put your coins in the chat. This is the time to do it. I don't know what AUD coin is, my friend. I don't know. You're gonna need me to give me a ticker. Ticker here. I need a ticker. We are still long. Oh, you want me to? Okay, yeah. I mean, that's Forex, but completely different market. I think I have it somewhere. I think AUD USD was probably one of the coins that at least traded. Oh, there it is. I do have it. Look at that. Do I still have my? Oh, look at that. I still have my ranges on it. That's funny. This has been at least 4 years. Man, this is bearish. I'm telling you right now, this is bearish on the daily. This thing's gonna hit 0.67. Even on the 4 hour, this thing is very bearish. I would be shorting this. I would be shorting this down to 0.67 for sure. Yes, CHZ. That was the one I missed. Okay, let's check that one out for you. Chili's? Oh, I haven't heard about this in so long. Some of these coins, like, I just don't remember. Like, I remember seeing these back before the bull run, and then stopped hearing about them. I can see why. Okay, so let's see. So major support level is at 0.1. Another midterm support level for you, just for your, is at 0.12. In terms of resistance, old support becomes new resistance. There's your next level. So, I mean, this is looking pretty bullish still. There's definitely a lot of buyers waiting at this level here at 0.12. This is looking like pretty much most of the coins right now. If we see any break above, so again, like I told the other person, for your case, any break above 0.148, and you can look for a long position over to 0.16. Any break above 0.16, and I think this thing will rally. Because there's nothing holding it back then to possibly even like 0.25. But that's assuming we get into a bull run. Let's look at DXY actually real quick. I do want to talk about that because it's a good thing to trade. So you can see that. So even on DXY, right? So you can see that we're still. It should hit that exponential moving average. And if it does, Bitcoin will hit. I think Bitcoin may actually hit that 25.2 range. It's not much of a range here. It's getting pretty tight. But the problem with DXY right now is why I'm not looking for a short on Bitcoin. Is if you guys noticed it already, we're in a BART formation. And a BART formation going to the downside on DXY means that Bitcoin would rally. And that's why we have to be very careful right now. But of course, if DXY bounces on this level at 103, then Bitcoin would be a local top for Bitcoin, possibly. And we could be looking for a form. I don't think this is a local top for Bitcoin. The reason I say that because we've been in this range before. Bitcoin doesn't like being in a range once again. It likes a breakout. It likes to liquidate everyone and then drop, right? So that's why we have to be careful here. But with DXY looking like a BART, I would be very careful looking for shorts on Bitcoin. Man, we should have just entered Ethereum. It would have been more fun to trade. Like this is, we've been in a $50 range for the past, we've been just chilling. Nothing's happening on Bitcoin. Damn, I'm surprised you guys are still here an hour and 8 minutes later. You guys aren't bored of me? Yeah, like I said, I don't know exactly how long these live sessions are going to go for, right? Like, I usually keep them like to an hour and a half max. Because like it gets really boring after that. And then we kind of just like don't really go anywhere. But I mean, I'll let this run for like a few more minutes, I guess. Or 15, 20 more minutes. How long is that BTC long scalp you took last? What do you mean by that? Like how long? My take profit is 25.2. I'm gonna exit, or even 25,000. I'll probably exit. I think that'll be safe. I could have taken a long before I started the live because there was an entry, but the reason I didn't was because I wanted you guys all to be a part of the same position, or well, kind of see what I do, because it's not fun when I'm already in a position and then you guys join and then it's like, well, what's the point of that, right? So this one we can at least lose money or make money together. It's more fun. You go to bed. Oh, never, XE, never go to bed and have a trade open. That's the number one tip I'll give you guys. Don't ever do it. And the reason why is because you always wake up to a loss. Like, I don't think I've ever I don't sleep. If I'm in a position and I need to hold it, I'm not sleeping. I'm staying up all night. I've been in situations like that. And that's why I always tell you guys, like, man, like, make sure you guys take breaks. Make sure you guys aren't over trading, because it's very easy to start losing 3, 4, 5 days of sleep and then making stupid mistakes. Now I just close the loss, or I don't care. Like, I really don't care. I'll enter and exit positions all day, every day. But yeah, if I'm going to bed, like, within 3 hours is usually when I sleep. If I'm going to bed, I'm closing that trade. I don't care if it's a loss of $500 or whatever. It doesn't matter to me, because I would rather take the loss than wake up to a massive L. Because nothing's worse than taking a loss and then waking up and then you lose a lot more, right? Because then you're already pissed off, you're awake, and then you lose even more after that. Mike, I don't know. I don't know when the next one's gonna be. I don't want to keep this on a weekly thing, because like it does take time from me as well. Like I do, I post 8 videos, 6, 7 videos a day. It gets a little hectic for me. But I will. I mean, judging by how long this has been going and how much people are liking it, we definitely could start doing them a little bit more. But I don't have a schedule. I'll always give you guys a week notice. I'll always do that, so you have enough time to prepare. And it'll probably be around the same times. I think 7:30. 7 to 7:30. The reason I don't do 7 though, the reason why I try not to do like 7 p.m. is because like the daily just opens. So like we just get wrecked every time. I used to do 7 p.m. so we just get wrecked. So it's much better to just enter a lot later. So that's ideal. But yeah, like I said, guys, if you want to leverage trade, if you want to start leverage trading, the link is in the bio for Fairdesk. It is a great exchange, low fees, and then you can start doing this as well. Leveraging of course has its risks, but you have to just make sure you understand the risks. And as you're trading, low leverage always for you guys, always low leverage. Me on 10x right now is technically low leverage for me. I'm used to it, but from the other standpoint, like there's obviously pros and cons to leveraging. What's the highest time frame you use for scalps? Like 15 minutes on the market condition. So the highest time frame for scalping I'll use is 30 minutes, I think. Like 30. Oh, that looks so good on the 30-minute for Bitcoin. Oh my god, this is gonna break out. But yeah, scalping, like if like again, if the chart looks like this and I don't know where it's going, then I'll use the 30 minutes for an entry point. So I'll wait until we hit an entry and then we'll enter it. But usually max 4-hour time frames. I don't like trading anything else. 4 hours and 1 hour. So you guys have noticed me talk about 1 hour time frames a lot, because the 1 hour is still pretty decent. If you trade 30 minutes, 15 minutes, 5 minutes, 1 minute, if it works for you, great. But I promise you, if you change up your time frames, you might start seeing more money come in. It makes a big difference. Like if I see something on the 4 hour and then everyone else sees something on the 15-minute time frame, like by the time the move happens, I already know. I have a pretty good understanding of where exactly it's gonna go. Like I can promise you, a lot of traders here at 23,300 saw the lower time frames. They're like, "Yep, that's bearish," and they got wrecked. That's why you always zoom out. That's why the saying is always zoom out, and this is why we zoom out, because it's very easy to trade these ranges. Exactly, yeah. So I even when I enter my scalps in Telegram, like when I send it to you guys, they're 4-hour scalps, so they're not or maximum 1 hour. Like you'll see me quickly enter, bounce off the EMAs, and exit. And I've done that on the 4 hour as well, right? But looking at Bitcoin, this is manipulated. I'm telling you guys right now, this is manipulated. You don't see these straight candlesticks upwards. It doesn't happen like that. Very rarely it'll happen like that. But I can see a lot of people are dropping off now. We are hitting about 1 hour and 15, so I'm probably going to end it here. I am going to leave the position open. I will send it in Telegram, assuming it happens. and I'll keep you guys posted up in there. But for now, I'm gonna get off because I'm about losing my voice again, and I gotta make a video for Hbar soon. But thank you guys coming. Yes, can you quickly for you, XE, manipulation is wills controlling the market, but it basically happens with high volatility periods. Like you'll see just straight candlesticks like this. So algo bots pushing the price up, and these are what we call like short squeezes as well. So a lot of shorts will be entering. They'll push the price up, grab liquidity, and then continue pushing on down. It basically wrecks everyone. So that's ideally what we're looking for. Yeah, it definitely will dip. 25.2. Pay very close attention. I'll keep you guys posted on Telegram though, because this is one of those situations where you think that it may dip, or you want it to dip, and it might not dip. Right? It will dip sooner or later, but you don't want to be the one trying to guess the top, and just like you don't want to be the one trying to guess the bottom when the falling knife happens. My best word of advice for you guys. But yeah, thank you guys for coming. There's a ton of you guys in here. But I will be ending off the chat now. It's been a long hour and 15. I'm losing my voice again. But I'll keep you guys posted in Telegram. So if you guys have not joined Telegram, click on the link. But yeah, thank you guys for coming, and see you guys in the next live stream. See ya.